Imagine if a sudden expense hits you like a lightning bolt. Your car breaks down, the fridge stops working, or a medical bill surprises you. What do? Panic? Stress? Or worse, reach for your credit card. Many people find themselves trapped in a cycle of financial uncertainty. The truth is, waiting for the right time to save is a recipe for disaster. Every day you delay is another day you risk falling into debt. But what if there was a simple way to protect yourself? Imagine having a safety net, a cushion that allows you to breathe easy when life throws its curveballs. Building an emergency fund isn't just smart, it's essential. It's about taking control of your financial future, one step at a time. So how do you start? What are those crucial steps that can transform your financial landscape? Stay tuned, because the answers are just ahead. But first, make sure to subscribe. Here, you'll learn the secrets to making money and investing like a pro. Turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Let's go. Importance of an emergency fund. An emergency fund is essentially a financial safety net. It's money set aside to cover unexpected expenses that can arise at any time, like a car repair or a medical bill. The main purpose of an emergency fund is to provide financial security and peace of mind. When life throws a curveball, having this cushion can make all the difference in how one copes with stress and uncertainty. Having a reserve of cash can help prevent individuals from falling into debt when emergencies arise. Instead of relying on credit cards or loans, they can tap into their emergency fund. This not only saves them from high interest rates, but also keeps their financial situation stable. It's like a shield against life's unpredictability, allowing people to navigate tough times without losing their financial footing. Moreover, the benefits of having an emergency fund extend beyond just the financial aspect. There's a sense of calm that comes from knowing that one is prepared for unexpected expenses. It fosters a mindset of control and stability, which can significantly reduce anxiety. People often feel more confident in making decisions when they know they have a backup plan in place. In addition, an emergency fund encourages better financial habits. Once individuals start saving for emergencies, they may become more mindful of their spending and prioritize their financial goals. This shift in mindset can lead to a more disciplined approach to money management, benefiting them in the long run. Overall, the importance of an emergency fund cannot be overstated. It serves as a crucial tool for financial stability, providing a cushion against life's uncertainties and promoting a healthier, less stressful financial life. How to define the size of your fund? Determining the right size for an emergency fund can be a bit tricky, as it varies from person to person. Several factors should be taken into account when setting this goal. First and foremost, understanding one's monthly expenses is essential. This includes rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, and other recurring bills. By calculating these costs, individuals can establish a baseline for how much they might need in case of an emergency. Another critical factor is job stability. If someone has a secure job with a consistent income, they might feel comfortable with a smaller fund. However, if their job situation is unpredictable, or if they're self-employed, they may want to save more. Evaluating one's employment situation helps gauge how long it might take to find a new job if one were to lose their current position. Responsibilities also play a significant role in defining the fund's size. For instance, parents may need a larger emergency fund due to additional expenses related to children, such as childcare or education costs. Similarly, those caring for elderly family members might want to factor in potential medical expenses. Identifying personal responsibilities can help individuals tailor their emergency fund to their unique situation. Additionally, it's essential to consider the overall financial landscape. Individuals should reflect on their current debts and other financial obligations. If someone has significant debt, they may want to balance building an emergency fund with paying down those debts. This holistic view of finances helps in determining a realistic and effective fund size. Finally, it might be useful to revisit the fund size periodically. As life circumstances change, such as a new job or increased expenses, adjusting the emergency fund can ensure continued financial protection. Regular reviews can keep individuals prepared for whatever life throws their way. How to determine the size of your fund? Determining the right size for an emergency fund is crucial for financial security. Experts generally recommend saving enough to cover 3 to 6 months' worth of expenses. This range can provide a solid safety net in case of unexpected events like job loss or urgent repairs. For instance, if someone has monthly expenses of $2,000, they should aim for a total fund between $6,000 and $12,000. This amount can vary based on individual circumstances, but sticking to these guidelines is a good starting point. When deciding how much to save, it's important to evaluate personal situations. Consider factors like job stability and the nature of your expenses. If you have a steady job with a reliable income, you might lean toward the lower end of the recommended range. However, if your job situation is unstable, or if you have irregular income, it would be wise to aim for the upper end. Additionally, responsibilities such as dependents or debt obligations should also influence the amount you decide to set aside. Another factor to consider is your monthly expenses. Start by calculating all your necessary costs, including rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, and insurance. Remember to account for any irregular expenses, like car maintenance or medical bills, which can pop up unexpectedly. Once you have a clear picture of your monthly cash flow, you can confidently set a target for your emergency fund. In some cases, individuals may want to adjust their savings targets based on personal comfort levels. For example, some people may feel more secure with a larger cushion, while others may find that a smaller fund is sufficient for their peace of mind. It's essential to strike a balance between saving enough for emergencies and being able to enjoy life without feeling financially constrained. Lastly, keep in mind that your emergency fund isn't set in stone. As your financial situation changes, whether due to a raise, additional expenses, or other life events, you should revisit your target amount. Adjusting your emergency fund periodically ensures that you are always prepared for whatever life throws your way. Strategies for saving money. Once you know how much you need to save, the next step is figuring out how to actually put that money aside. One of the most effective strategies is to create a budget. By tracking your income and expenses, you can identify areas where you might be overspending. This process can reveal hidden expenses that could easily be cut. For example, a daily coffee habit adds up over time. Cutting it out could contribute significantly to your savings. Another useful tip is to look for subscriptions or recurring charges that you may no longer use or need. Perhaps you're still paying for a gym membership that you haven't used in months. Canceling these unnecessary expenses can free up funds for your emergency savings. Additionally, consider negotiating bills, such as your internet or phone plan. Many companies offer promotions or discounts that can lower your monthly costs. Shopping smart can also help you save money. Consider buying generic brands instead of name brands, which often have similar quality but lower prices. Plan meals ahead of time to avoid last-minute takeout and make a grocery list to prevent impulse buys. These small changes can accumulate over time, making a noticeable difference in your savings. Automating savings can also be a game changer. Set up an automatic transfer from your checking account to your savings account each month. This way, you treat your savings like a recurring expense. By prioritizing your savings and treating it as a non-negotiable payment, you're less likely to miss those funds in your checking account. Finally, revisit your budget regularly to ensure you're still on track. Life circumstances change, and so should your budget. By staying proactive about your finances, you'll find it easier to keep your emergency fund growing and maintain a healthy financial outlook. Methods to increase your emergency fund. Once you've started saving, the next step is to grow your emergency fund effectively. One of the best ways to do this is by choosing the right place to store your money. Traditional savings accounts are a common choice, but they often offer low interest rates. Consider looking into high-yield savings accounts, which can provide better returns while still keeping your money accessible. Another option is to explore money market accounts, which typically offer higher interest rates compared to regular savings accounts. These accounts usually require a higher minimum balance, but can be worth it for the extra interest. Additionally, consider certificates of deposit if you can leave your funds untouched for a specific period. They often offer higher returns than savings accounts, but be mindful of potential early withdrawal penalties. Automating your contributions is another effective way to ensure consistency in your savings. Set up automatic transfers from your checking account to your emergency fund as soon as you receive your paycheck. This pay-yourself-first approach ensures that you prioritize your savings and helps you stick to your goal without much effort. Furthermore, consider taking advantage of any windfalls, such as tax refunds or bonus payments. Instead of spending this extra cash, put it directly into your emergency fund. This strategy can help you reach your savings goal faster and boost your financial security. Lastly, continuously evaluate your savings strategies and be open to adjusting them. If you find that you can save more in certain months, increase your automated transfers accordingly. Staying flexible and committed to growing your emergency fund will help ensure that you're well prepared for any unexpected situations that may arise. When and how to use your emergency fund. Knowing when to tap into your emergency fund is just as important as building it. Emergencies can happen to anyone, and having a clear understanding of what constitutes an emergency can save you from misusing your funds. Situations like job loss, unexpected medical expenses, or urgent home repairs fall into the category of legitimate emergencies. These are times when your emergency fund can provide the safety net you need to navigate through tough financial waters. It's essential to resist the temptation to use your emergency fund for non-emergency expenses. For instance, a last-minute vacation or a new gadget might feel urgent at the moment, but they don't qualify as emergencies. Misusing your emergency fund can lead to financial strain down the line, especially if you encounter a genuine emergency later and your fund is depleted. It's all about maintaining discipline and keeping your financial priorities straight. If you do find yourself in a situation where you need to use your emergency fund, it's a good practice to have a plan for replenishing it afterward. Whether that means setting aside a little extra in the coming months or adjusting your budget to allow for faster savings, having a strategy in place will help you recover more quickly. Treat it like a loan to yourself. Once you've borrowed from your fund, it's time to pay it back. Replenishing your fund can also be a motivating factor. Knowing that you're working toward restoring your financial security can encourage you to be more disciplined with your spending. You might find it helpful to set specific milestones for yourself, like having your fund back to a certain level within 3 or 6 months. This gives you a tangible goal to work toward. Lastly, remember that emergencies can vary in severity and frequency. While it's crucial to have a fund ready for unexpected situations, it's also about building resilience. The more you practice using and replenishing your emergency fund, the more prepared you'll be for whatever life throws your way. Financial stability comes from both building that fund and knowing how to manage it effectively when it's needed most. Now that you know the 5 easy steps to kickstart your emergency fund, it's time to take action. Remember, every small contribution adds up. Imagine having that financial safety net when life throws you a curveball. How would it feel to know you're prepared for unexpected expenses? Start with just $10 a week, and before you know it, you'll see your savings grow. Picture your future self, stress-free and confident, because you've built a solid foundation. What would you do with that peace of mind? Would you take a trip, invest in a new opportunity, or simply enjoy life without financial worries? And don't forget, consistency is key. Set reminders, track your progress, and celebrate your milestones, no matter how small they seem. How do you plan to keep yourself accountable? Stay engaged with your financial journey, and remember that every step forward is a victory. If you found this video helpful, share your thoughts in the comments. What challenges do you face in building your emergency fund? Hit that like button, subscribe for more tips, and together, let's empower each other to achieve financial freedom. Your journey starts now.